As this morning, we're talking about more legal problems for former President Donald Trump, who has just been indicted for the third time in 6 months, a federal indictment related to the former president's attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
So Trump is facing 4 federal criminal charges, and he will be arraigned tomorrow in a D.C. court. Natalie Haddad joins us from the newsroom with the latest. So Natalie, we knew this indictment was coming at some point.
Certainly, Kara. We have seen headlines like this for a while. Special Counsel Jack Smith with the Department of Justice urged every American to read this indictment, and we did. All 45 pages of the charging document. It accuses former President Donald Trump of attempting to overturn the 2020 election. Now, Trump is charged with 4 felony counts. Federal prosecutors accuse Trump of knowingly spreading lies about the election results before and on January 6th. They also accuse him of scheming to enlist a slate of, quote, fake electors to cast fraudulent votes in his favor, using the Department of Justice to conduct sham election crime investigations, and enlisting former Vice President Mike Pence to alter election results. But the indictment does state Trump did not act alone.
Since the attack on our Capitol, the Department of Justice has remained committed to ensuring accountability for those criminally responsible for what happened that day. This case is brought consistent with that commitment.
Trump maintained his innocence the first 2 times he was indicted and will likely do so this time around. He called the indictment, quote, election interference. Now, Trump is running to be the president of the United States again, and whether Tuesday's indictment will change the opinion of voters, well, there's certainly mixed reaction online. Cleo, I'll send it over to you in studio. What are people saying online?
Yeah, let me tell you, social media is on fire with reaction this morning. I'm going to start with this statement that Trump's administration, or Trump's team rather, released on the Truth platform, that social media website there, releasing this statement saying, listen, this is nothing more than the latest corrupt chapter in the continued pathetic attempt by the Biden crime family and their weaponized Department of Justice. He goes on to say, but why did they wait 2.5 years to bring these fake charges right in the middle of President Trump's winning campaign? They say President Trump has always followed the law and the Constitution with advice from many highly accomplished attorneys. And it ends here saying that, listen, this is ridiculous. A lot of reaction here on social media from Joaquin Castro saying, listen, I'm glad to see that Donald Trump has been indicted for his role in trying to overthrow the results of the 2020 presidential election and for stoking the failed coup of the January 6, 2021 insurrection. Now, if he gets away with it, others will try to do the same in the years ahead. The world is watching. Another tweet here from Republican Governor Ron DeSantis here saying, as president, I will end the weaponization of government, replace the FBI director, and ensure a single standard of justice for all Americans. He says, while I've seen these reports, I have not read the indictment. I do, though, believe we need to enact reforms so that Americans have the right. A very interesting tweet here. We're going to end with this one from the House Judiciary GOP saying election interference. I have a whole lot more tweets to share with you coming up in our next half hour. So, Kara, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Cleo. Well, this adding to the list of legal problems for former President Trump as he tries to win the presidential nomination for the Republican Party. He's already facing 2 other criminal cases. He was charged federally with mishandling classified documents at his Florida estate and in New York for falsifying business records for hush money payments. Trump could still face more charges in a separate election probe in Georgia. A district attorney signaled any indictments in that case will likely come this month. The story, of course, will be developing over the next few days, so you can look for new updates right here on air. And as always, we are on your app. You can download it for free in your app store.